Panathinaikos, one of the most successful basketball clubs in Europe. Greek champions 33 times, and 6 times they've lifted the EuroLeague trophy, the best on the continent. It's all on view in their trophy cabinet, along with this man, recruited last September in the hope that he would make a difference on and off the court. He's 29 years old, plays power forward, and is the first Chinese player to have signed for a EuroLeague club.
你好，我是尚平，我是第一位打欧冠联赛的中国人。我现在效力于潘纳辛纳克斯篮球俱乐部，欢迎来雅典。
Shang Ping is used to travel. Schoolboy in New Zealand, he later moved to the United States where he played college basketball for Illinois Central, Nebraska University and Emporia State. He was playing for Qingdao Eagles in China when Panathinaikos chairman Dimitris Yiannakopoulos signed him up and flew him to Greece.
Like when I was free agent in China, like my American agent tell me there's an opportunity to play in Europe. So, you know, I think it's the best opportunity for me to learn, to play the best level.
Like most top EuroLeague clubs, Panathinaikos has a multinational flavour. Pressure is a given for the players, but it may be that he has just that little bit more being the first Chinese.
You know, anytime you're labelled as the first in something, you're going to have pressure, but I think he handles it well. He's always smiling. He always has a great attitude, so I don't really sense it when I'm around him.
I have a little pressure, you know, but I can handle it. You know, I play for myself. You know, I just do my best. You know, it's my first time. It's my first step to Europe.
Shang's introduction to the team has been a bit slow. Argyros Pedalakis was in charge when he arrived, but in March, Pedalakis was replaced by former captain Fragiskos Albertis.
First of all, it was a big surprise because I think it's the first Chinese player that ever came playing in Europe. The most important is that we met an excellent person, an excellent guy, with different culture in some things, and one guy that he try every day. He worked hard and he helped everybody.
If Shang's arrival at Panathinaikos has any kind of impact in Europe, then it may well be that the influence could well work its way back to China.
In the last years, we have been working with the clubs and with the CBA, trying to identify players that can come to Europe and to develop better as a player. And Panathinaikos has been the first signing a Chinese player. And I think this is good because it's something that can help the growth of the game in China. Of course, we need to work and it's a matter of time. But I think it's the first step and we are satisfied with this first step made by Panathinaikos.
Shang has yet to make a dramatic contribution on the court, but teammate James Gist is impressed with his dedication and hard work in training.
You know, because, I mean, it's got to be tough, you know, coming here, you know, by yourself. You're here all year long, you know, and the mental things of it, the mental side of it has got to be tough, you know, to be prepared and to stay focused and to keep working hard each day, not knowing, you know, what's going to happen next, you know. I mean, Ping, you know, like I said, he's been here and he's been working hard, and that's one thing you have to commend him for.
When I got here first, I couldn't know our team technique and the way of our team playing. So I don't know what I'm doing, you know.
Ramel Curry is one of 4 Americans on the roster. He arrived in Athens 5 months before Shang, but he thinks the Chinese can make the transition.
He's a pretty smart player, you know. He's somebody who stays in the realm of his game and what he knows how to do. Which is very important with any basketball player, is to be able to understand what your strengths, your weaknesses are. I think he understands those things, and I think the sky's the limit for him.
Lithuanian forward Jonas Mačiulis thinks it was tough for the 2'6" Shang to move from the comfort zone of China to the intense competition of Europe.
When he came here, of course, it was a little bit different and probably harder to understand for him. Actually, for everybody. We struggle, everybody, when we come to Greece because it's different kind of basketball. It's more mentally basketball, and you have to think a lot. And
it took a little time, but he's a quick learner. He listens. He doesn't talk much. He works hard, and he picked it up pretty quickly.
Play in Panathinaikos, like we have more technique. You know, it's like we have 50, 60 offense. You know, for me, it's very hard to remember all of the plays.
36-year-old Panathinaikos veteran Mike the Beast Baptiste made the transition from NBA, where he played for the Grizzlies, to Europe a decade ago.
I think it takes a while to adapt to the European game, especially for him. Like I said, the way they play basketball in China is probably different from how we play here in Europe or even in America.
In China, it's different. We play like American style, like we play running gun.
The game is a lot faster here. There's things that he has to really pick up on the fly. Like, you know, coach will tell you to do something in 10 minutes. You know, you gotta, you know, think and react and be able to do it.
You need more brain. You have to think all the time. Sometimes when I was playing in China, you just play, but here you're gonna always think, well, what's the best opportunity, like to pass, to score.
At the beginning, of course, it's not so easy, because I think there's a big difference, especially in tactic things. We use more tactic in European basketball, but he improves.
It hasn't quite worked out the way Shang Ping and the Chinese basketball fraternity would have liked. He's featured in only 5 A1 games so far this season, with just 22 minutes of playing time and 4 points to his credit. And he didn't figure at all in the EuroLeague campaign that saw Panathinaikos reach the last 8 before losing to CSKA Moscow. That means long hours in the gym and on the training court, showing a dedication which has certainly impressed his Gabonese teammate, Stefan Lasme.
I feel it's a pretty quick learner, I say. You know, he came and he was, I would say his skills weren't up to what people expected. But he worked his ass off all season, and I mean, he's been learning a lot and pretty fast, and he's been pretty good with it.
He's working really hard, and even times on days off, he's here in the gym. He's lifting in the weight room. He's outside doing drills on the court with the coaches and some of the other junior players. And like I said, he's picking up the game day by day, and hopefully for future references, he will learn a lot from here and then go on in the future and do some really good things.
He definitely works hard. You know, he does everything we're supposed to and more. You can tell he's improved from the beginning of the year. You know, in the beginning of the year, he might have been a little more confused with the European tactics, but he's gotten a lot better, I think, as the year has gone on.
He's been doing a lot of individual work that I know firsthand. There's been plenty of times I've come to the gym thinking I'm the only one up here, and he's been up here too. So he's a pretty hard worker.
He's really been working hard. You know, you got to give him credit for the things that he's been doing this year, coming from China and being the first player on the European basketball team at the EuroLeague level. He's really came in and he's really worked hard from the beginning of the year to the end.
The chance of moving to a big club like Panathinaikos means that Shang has the opportunity of rubbing shoulders with the very best, among them Dimitris Diamantidis. The point guard no longer plays for the national team, but he was key when the Greeks won the Euros in 2005, and then a year later beat the USA en route to the World Final. 3 times a EuroLeague winner, 6 times EuroLeague best defender. For Pana, Diamantidis is simply a legend.
He's one of the greatest point guard in EuroLeague. He's a very good leader. He always works hard, even though he's a very good player. You know, he always stay to shoot, making jump shots after practice. He's a great leader. He always talk to you. You know what you should do. You know what you should do better. Yeah, I mean, when he play, his brain is like computer. He always make the best pass.
It's not all sun and tzatziki, though. Many people in Greece aren't convinced that Shang Ping will make the grade. The pace of the game and tactical awareness are literally a different league from anything he's experienced before. Age also works against him. 29 isn't the best time to make such a leap in the grade. Certainly, he hasn't lit up the house yet, and he hasn't convinced Albertis. The head coach sees the talent, and he sees the hard work, but he still feels that Shang has a few areas that he still needs to work on.
Defense in low post, he worked very hard, he fight, and he always in front, if you want to talk tactically now about defense. But in legs one-on-one defense, he has to improve a little bit his speed. And also in offense, his post-up game.
First of all, I'm good defender, you know, and I play with quickness. I'm quicker than other big guys, you know, I finish well under the basket.
He's a big guy, you know, he's tall, he's got some longer arms, I would say, and he's pretty good defensively, but he's big body down there, so you gotta worry about him down there and close to the basket.
Shang Ping made his debut for Panathinaikos back in October in the second round of the domestic A1 League, at home at the Olympic Basketball Arena in Athens against Panathinaikos. He was given a warm welcome by the crowd. Alongside him, Diamantidis, Bramos, Lasme, Ramel and Matoulis, as well as Lukas Mavrokefalidis, who supplied the pass that allowed Shang to open his scoring account in Greece. He was only on court for 5 minutes, but it helped Panathinaikos to an impressive 74-35 thrashing.
I got excited, because it's my first time playing Europe. So, I was waiting for this moment for a long time.
When he had his chances to play, he was okay. But in this team, what we appreciate most, that everybody, and including him, we were fighting, and he was working for a team. He wasn't selfish. He was working for a team.
Lucas passed me the ball I made a 2-point jump shot. It's a great feeling.
Family plays a big part in Greek life, and for foreign players moving to Athens, it's important to settle in quickly. For anyone involved in Panathinaikos, whether it's the basketball, football, or even their new rugby club, it's often seen as one big family. Helped by his fluent English, Shang has certainly fitted in with his teammates, even introducing them to areas of Athens that they didn't know about before.
Players, a big family inside the court and outside the court, and our families, our wives, our kids, our friends are outside the court too.
Definitely. I mean, Panathinaikos is a big family in itself, They took him in, and everybody's really accepted Ping as a player and a part of the family here.
Normally after games, we all hang out and go to restaurants and eat. Or again, like I said, if there's a movie out or if, specific day, guys just want to hang out and go eat, then that's what we'll do.
I think he knows more places than all of us. He's got a lot of connections that we don't know about. I think he's got a lot of friends around town. I think there's a lot of things in being a bigger city I think he can find, I know he showed us a couple Chinese restaurants that we didn't know about that were excellent. So I think he knows a little more about the city than people may think.
The jury remains out on Shang's long-term value to the team. He last featured against Panionios back in November. Alvertis hasn't called on him once. But if he stays in Athens, there's every chance that he could force his way back onto the roster and make that long-awaited EuroLeague debut, a game that'll be keenly watched in China.
I honestly believe he can help us next year, but it all depends on him and how bad he wants it. This business is what have you done for me lately, type of business. And, once he gets here, he has to show and prove.
It depends on his improvement. Like I said, from now until then, he's improved, 100%. So, yeah, if he keeps working hard.
Yeah, I believe he can make it. He can do it. And the thing that he's so positive every day, it's a big fact.
You have to work hard to keep in shape. At this level, you just be ready, You never know the coach gonna, call you for next game.
It's up to him, Mike Batiste laying down the challenge to Shang Ping. The basketball is waiting to see if he'll pick it up and run with it, and maybe shoot a basket on the way.